to speak out boldly for Jesus Christ. After Domitian's death in 96 AD, the Roman Senate reportedly cancelled many of the harsher decrees, and John is freed from exile and returns to Ephesus, an ancient port city in what is now known as Western Turkey. This is where he spends his final years. Early church tradition recorded by writers like Irenaeus and preserved by historians places John in Ephesus as a leader who continued to teach the church, edit the gospel, and help shape the early Christian canon, which was the collection of texts that would later be known as the New Testament. His connection to Ephesus was so strong that a 4th century basilica was built there over a tomb that was traditionally identified as his burial place on the Aesolic Hill. This shows us that early Christians revered this site and remembered him as the last of the original apostles.
You probably knew that John's death is often cited as 100 AD.
But brace yourselves, because we're about to take a very unexpected turn. The unavoidable conclusion is there are quite literally millions of people who claim that the Apostle John is still alive somewhere on this earth that we are on right now. So let's answer the question: did John actually die? This is a question that has puzzled readers for centuries, and it starts with one quietly mystifying line near the end of John's Gospel. After the resurrection, Jesus appears to the disciples on the shore of Galilee. Peter, never able to leave things alone, looks at John and asks Jesus, "What about him?" And Jesus replies, "If I want him to remain alive until I come again, what is that to you?" That sentence alone started a huge rumour. Why? Because early believers took it very literally. Whispers spread that John might never die, that he could remain on earth until Jesus returned. John himself, though, steps in the very next verse and clarifies that Jesus never actually said that. But that didn't stop the idea from growing legs of its own. Okay, but if you thought that raised a few eyebrows, wait until you hear this. Some of you already know that every apostle pays the ultimate price for believing and preaching Christ to a world that hated Christianity. Our church tradition remembers these men, and rightly so. But when it comes to John, history goes strangely quiet. I almost hesitate to say this, but just to clear up a common mix-up, it was John the Baptist who was taken out by Herod Antipas, not John the Apostle, the author of the Gospel of John and also the author of Revelation. Now, I'm not going to lie, if the story about John surviving the cauldron of boiling oil, if that is really true, it certainly does add an ounce of credibility to this theory. But I am interested to know, what do you think? Because I'm about to share some Bible verses with you, and I want to know, do these convince you that he's still alive